I've been doing a little bit of thinking after last week's vlog and obviously letting you guys know I'm off away on holiday. I thought I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for like 2 weeks or something for another video, so I decided to do an up-to-date full collection video, both because I was incentivized a little bit by the Soul Supplier group on Facebook, a lot of people showing off what they got, but I did one a little while ago, but it was well easily over a year ago, so I thought it was about time to do a little update. Now, word of warning, the video's fairly long, it's over 30 minutes long, and after doing a little bit of an Instagram poll as to whether I should break it up, majority of people as it stands are saying let's do it all in one go, but I am going to put a break in the middle of the full video. If you want to rest, you'll know the timestamp where to start again when you want to continue. Before I get started, I'm going to let you guys know that one of my favourite YouTubers, Peter Mckinnon.
What's up everybody, Peter Mckinnon here.
Amazing cinematographer, videographer, whatever you want to call him, set a challenge to try and create some B-roll out of your local space. Somewhere that is basically close by that could be perceived as quite boring.
So this is the challenge. You find somewhere in the world, be it that it's the intersection right below where you live, or maybe it's the park by your house, maybe it's your kitchen, somewhere slightly uninteresting, and you challenge yourself to one camera and one lens, and you have to make a B-roll sequence in that spot. If your spot's an alleyway with a dumpster, make it look good. Let's go.
And try and turn it into something interesting. So roll the B-roll. Let's see if I completed that task reasonably well. If you think I did, write a comment down below. If you think that it's whack, write a comment down below. So I thought I'd join the party in doing my own little collection of sneakers, and let's sort of get the ball rolling. So I'm going to start off with Nike, so let's get started with them. So some of the earlier pairs I used to collect were mainly gym shoes, and I have got a pair of Nike gym shoes. I'm just going to grab the gym shoes I used to wear. So initially I would be wearing these kind of things. I had these for the gym. I genuinely liked the Nike Free sort of shoes when I used to start sort of heading to the gym. These were a gift from my brother, and he bought me these, and I wore them a handful of times, but they really haven't had the wear that I would have probably had I not become a little bit obsessed with gym shoes. That's what kicked my sort of more recent collecting off. As always was mad into sneakers from when I was like 11 years old, and I was not allowed to have expensive shoes. My passion for sneakers sort of started out when I was probably about 11, because it was the first time I got a really expensive pair of Nike Air Max Triax sneakers. Really loved them shoes. They were a limited edition USA Olympics collaboration shoe, and I beat them to death, and I'm really hoping one day I can get a pair of those again. I doubt I'll ever see them, but I'm willing to be quite open to condition of those shoes come the time I ever find them. But yeah, it spawned a whole load of me wearing different shoes like the Adidas Galaxy series and some of the Reebok kind of basketball shoes as well. I used to wear them at school and used to love wearing anything that had kind of an icy sole. I thought they were really, really cool as well. But predominantly in recent times, in the last sort of like 4 or 5 years, I've really been into my runners, but have broadened my horizons. Let's go into a quick flash of what Nike shoes I have right now. So I've got the University Red Flyknit Racers, beat these to hell in New York. Nike Flyknit Trainer, and I had the original version of these when they first dropped, and I sold them for a good profit, and I loved this shoe that much. I was gutted to sell these when I sold them afterwards, obviously after the fact. I never realized how much I truly did love this shoe, so when they re-released these I had to pick these up, so finally got a pair back in the collection. I've got the multicolour Flyknit Racers as well, really love these. These were probably on like the 3rd drop of these as well. Didn't pick them up before, missed out on them a number of times, but really happy to have them. But as time's gone on, you know, comfort has been really big for me, and I've never really kind of bought a whole herd of Air Maxes in my time, so I've got to shout out Ben Wilson for hooking me up with a pair of the Silver Bullets. I always wanted a pair of these Silver Bullets, and yeah, I need to get these worn. I do wear my shoes, so every single pair that you've seen other than these, I haven't had a chance to wear these. These are definitely a summer shoe. These are the Goddess triple white Flyknit Racers, totally DS, not been worn yet, and I will be wearing these very, very soon. More Nikes, right, so I had these as well. These are the Roshi LD or something like that, or they're a crossbreed. They've got the unfinished tongue of like a Cortez. They've got that kind of sort of toe look to them, but they have that Roshi Run sole on them. Bit retro, sort of a bit of a cash shoe. Don't wear them as often as I used to. I had a black pair of these as well and beat them to death. Then moving on to other Nike shoes that have been more around the runner side of things. So yeah, I have the Flyknit Racers, but I've got the OG colorway of the Epic Reacts, and I did a YouTube review of these not too long ago. Really do like the Epic Reacts. I think they are a comfortable shoe, probably one of the most comfortable Nike shoes for everyday use, and you can kind of make them a lifestyle kind of wearer if you pick the right colorway. I've worn these a couple of times, but they definitely look more gym ready. And I also picked up a pair of white ones as well, so I've got the white colorway, and I do like wearing these casually. Don't really wear these for the gym. Then last for Nike are pretty big ones. So the first one I picked up probably a couple of years ago when I was really into the Nike Free stuff, are these, which are the Hyperfeels. Now, no one will know too much about these unless you're into running, but the whole of the upper of this has a fully Flyknit material upper, and then what you have is this really minimal, really thin sole that runs along the bottom of it. You can see it's got this kind of sort of foot outline print. They did some limited colorways of this as well. Women's colorway had like a pink bottom to it, and it's got flywire running through the body of the shoe as well, so you can really pull the shoe fairly tight all the way around the heel as well. At the back you can see the flywire running through it all, and you're thinking, well, that doesn't look like it's got a lot of cushioning to it whatsoever, but when you take the insole out, look at how thick that insole is. That's where all the Lunarlon cushioning is in this shoe. It's all on the insole of the shoe. Everything that you want for cushioning wise is built inside. So yeah, they were a specific purchase for more running and gym related stuff. To improve on the chunky sole scenario and going a little bit more traditional, but with a wacky touch, is the Nike Vaporfly 4% in this colorway, which I think is probably one of the nicest colorways they've released so far. Really get a lot of people commenting on the shoe when they see it. As that bold kind of sort of a luminous red streak through the bottom of the sole really sort of pops with the darker upper. If you have never tried a pair of these shoes on, they are probably one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn in my life. The only thing I will say is that because the sole is so squishy and soft, it's I would say amazing for running, but when it comes to walking around, a little bit unstable. But the weight of these is just ridiculous. Like, the level of weight between these two shoes is just non-existent. They're super light. I think I only own maybe one pair that's lighter than these, and you will see them in a minute. I won the Offspring raffle for a pair of VaporMax Off-White, so I got these as well. So this is another Nike shoe, and it's the first pair of VaporMax I've ever bought. And it's not because I don't like VaporMax, it's because I just really was on the fence about style of VaporMax. So look, I got the white pair of the VaporMax Off-Whites. Really sick pair of shoes. As you can tell, they're currently DS. Still trying to find the time to wear them. So I have got other Nike shoes, but as it stands at the moment, that is the Nike collection done. So let's move on to Adidas. So I did buy some classic Adidas. I've got some Nizzas, and I've got some Stan Smiths and some other things. I've had them over the years. I've bought some of the Adidas skater shoes as well. I wish I can remember the name of the ones that I bought, but I had a couple of pairs of those. They were almost a bit Van-esque in their appearance. They got kind of big chunky soles and quite sort of like not very breathable uppers. So not incorporating them into this review. So the first pair, the most innovative pair, I would turn around and say, of the time was these. And these are the Adidas Adi Zero Prime Knits from 2012. There is a limited edition red colorway of these for the 2012 London Olympics, and I really want a pair of them. Like, I don't care that they don't have like the boost cushioning in this shoe. This is sick. This shoe overall is really crazy. This is one of very few early Prime Knit shoes that first came out, and you can see, looking at it, like everything about it is all woven. It's insane, and look how thin it is. Like, if I can get this on the camera, seriously, that's how thick it is. It is really thin. Like, there's nothing to this shoe at all. It's super thin and mega lightweight. Like, there's nothing to this shoe at all. Super lightweight and really cool. There was a court battle between Adidas and Nike for the Flyknit, Prime Knit technologies between them. This shoe was one of those shoes that was being debated as whether it was copying Nike's methods of producing a knit material shoe, and there was a lot of hoo and ha about it. That was the beginning of all of that stuff. But as we know, Adidas kind of excelled with Prime Knit big time. Like, Flyknit is great, and I've got a couple of other Flyknit shoes, the Racers, the Epic Reacts, the Flyknit Trainer, and I also had a pair of Chuckers as well. They were pretty awesome too. But I think Prime Knit is taken over personally. I think for comfort, every Prime Knit shoe I tend to wear I think is super comfy. I'm going to speed through a load of them, so I'm going to go through my Ultra Boost 1.0 collection. So these are the wool greys. Got these for free. Really grateful to a client of mine who I cut. He has connections to Adidas, and he came up with these when I asked him if he could get me any shoes from the brand, and these were brand spanking new and free, and I've beaten them to death. Love these shoes, absolutely awesome. Next 1.0 were the Solar Yellows. Really like the shoe. Picked these up for £50. Hardly been worn by the seller. Just thought they were too vibrant for him for the gym, and what a steal. And the last pair of 1.0s that I've got as official 1.0s are the Triple White original edition. So this is not the J and D, this is just the normal pair, the one that Kanye made famous. And these are sold out absolutely everywhere. You couldn't get your hands on these whatsoever. I managed to pick these up in a random Adidas store in Stockholm in Sweden. I saw them on the shelf. I was like, please have my size. They had a UK 9, and I picked these up for retail. So awesome pickup. So as it stands, I've only got 2 pairs of 2.0s. I had a few more and I just didn't like them. I picked up a pair of the purple black versions for Tash, my other half. She's got a pair of them that have hardly ever been worn. I'm trying to get her to wear them, but she won't. So let's start off with the Triple White 2.0s. Really feel these are an underrated shoe. The amount of people that really didn't like the 2.0 toe box pattern. What I really liked about this shoe was the silver and gold Boost logo on the back of the heel cup was an awesome addition. I think a lot of people weren't sold on this shoe for not only the toe box pattern actually, because it had bits of grey and sort of almost cream in this as well. I really like the 2.0. I picked up these and I picked up the My Adidas, and I have to shout out to our Giovanni in New York. He helped me out with these when they were an exclusive to New York, Tokyo, and a couple of other places in the world. You needed a code to be able to do a My Adidas for these multi-colours, and I designed my particular shoe. He got a code for me, built them up, made them, and had them shipped out to me from the US. Annoyingly for me, they did eventually drop them over here in the UK, but I have got my number on this pair, and the number on my pair is 0573. If you can pick that up, I don't know, you might be able to see it, but yeah, these were my design and I think these are sick. I broke these out, unds these at SneakerCon last year. It's time to have a break. Grab yourself a drink, get yourself some snacks if you really want to, or just have a break. Timestamp is here, so you know when to start again. So let's have a break.
Many unbearable hours later.
Break over, time to continue the video. And lastly, 3.0 Ultra Boost. So 3.0 Ultra Boost I have. First pair that I had were the blacks. These were an early release sample pair I got from my man Sean Lee. He helped me out with these for the YouTube channel, and I did a early review of this 3.0 Ultra Boost when it first dropped. Allowed my channel to grow considerably, which was amazing. I managed to get nearly, I think it was about 12,000 views off doing this review early and giving people an insight into what the 3.0 feel was like over previous Ultra Boost. Next pair were the Oreos or Zebras, whatever they were. I did a little customize on these, but I've now stripped them back to OG, and I'm gonna give them a good clean because they have been beat a bit and they're a bit dirty. So yeah, love this. This is a nice colorway. Got these for, I think I paid like 20 quid over retail. I didn't manage to get hold of them when they first come out, and I know that they sat in a couple of stores online, but I really wanted this pair. And another assist from Ben Wilson on the multicolour 3.0s. I didn't get hold of the Chinese New Year's, and I really want a pair. So if anyone's got a pair of UK 9s of Chinese New Year's they want to sort me out with, I will gladly take them, that'd be amazing. But this was my alternative, and I love the pattern, love the colour, and the first time they brought a multicolour out in a darker colourway instead of it being the light colourway. So real sick shoe. That was my classic Ultra Boost collection from 1.0 all the way to 3.0. Let's get into some NMDs. The first pair that I ever got were the OG. Now, I got these when they first released in the OG colorway, and this colorway was pretty hard to come by once they sold out eventually. People sort of let them sit for a little while, but they went pretty quickly when they first dropped. First NMD, and I really liked the shoe, and I sold this shoe for, I'm sure it was like 380 plus pounds, and I got rid of it and I went to go and buy my Grail shoe, which you will see shortly. But when they re-dropped these at the beginning of, I think it was last year, they dropped them online early through Office, and I picked these back up for £100, did a video on it, and yeah. These don't go for a lot anymore, unfortunately, but the classic OG has got to stay with me. Really do think that this is an iconic shoe, really. Then they started dropping the mesh NMDs, and I picked up these ones. These have been destroyed. I bought the lush pink ones too and sold them. They were a bit too vibrant for me, although I have got into more vibrant shoes. I've battered them, absolutely destroyed them. They have been worn well and truly. Yeah, they're not as comfortable as Prime Knit version NMDs, but I've kept these for sentimental reasons. Then I got hold of the Data Mosh NMD in the, what people were calling the Gucci colorway. I think these are the more hyped out of the two. I really do like the blue ones as well. But I think personally I was always going to cop these if I could get my hands on them. Unfortunately I had to pay resale, which sucks, but I didn't pay crazy over the odds resale because the prices just went like that on them around May time last year. They were sitting quite high and they just sort of tapered off. Last pair of NMDs were the No Signal NMDs. Really interesting shoe. First time that I've seen an NMD drop that has laces that look anything like that. I think the only thing that has laces that look remotely like that were the Kith Mids. They look a little bit woven and woolly. The amount of colour and pattern that are through the shoe, like around the sock liner of the shoe, there's so much colour. And obviously it's supposed to be a scrambled old television set as inspiration with the No Signal on the back of it. Nice shoe, really do nice shoe. I'm sure it's still sitting somewhere online. And my one and only pair of XR1s. I had a pair of XR1s in black and blue, just the original ones, and I just didn't like them. Didn't get on with them, really didn't like them. But when a collab came out from Titolo store, I got a pair of these ones, which is the XR1 Titolo Trail Edition, with some really premium touches. So on the shoe, you've got premium leather through the back, you've got the Titolo branding on the sort of back pull tab. Really like it. You've got the Adidas Originals logo sort of embossed on the inside of the leather cage that sits on the one side and the other side. And obviously there was a leather cage on the Mastermind pair of XR1s that a lot of people are really liking. Difference with this is you've also got a bit of a neoprene kind of front edge and prime knit around the front as well. And you've got what I said to you earlier on, which was that I really like icy soles and I really like this icy trail sole. Definitely a shoe that people slept on. If you didn't pick up these are an awesome summer shoe. Cannot believe that people didn't pick these up when they had a chance. And I got these from Foot Patrol for retail, so awesome. As everyone knows, anyone who likes Adidas and likes Adidas Originals and likes Boost will have Yeezys, and I have a fair few that I'm going to flash through really quickly, and if there's any that have got a decent tail, I will tell it. The Moonrocks, I got the Pirate Blacks on the second drop, didn't get them on the first drop. These are V1s, obviously. Tail as well is that I was in New York early 2015, managed to get luckily into a line that got me a pair of the OGs. Broke the zip on these already and I hardly wear them, but I haven't got the heart to sell them. Very lucky that I was in New York at the time, and the way the procedure was out there back then was that there was hype, but nothing like what happened once it sort of blew up past turtle doves and stuff. It was mad, and everyone I saw who saw me with these shoes were like, they're the most disgusting things I've ever seen in my whole life. So it really put me off for a long time wearing them until they started dropping more 750s. Then we move into V2s because I haven't got any of the V1s. I did have the tan ones, but I sold them last year. These have a really big story, and these were the first pair of the Yeezy V2s to drop, and I picked these up just before my son arrived. I wore these the whole time I was in hospital whilst he was on his way, and I will probably most likely beat these till they are dead. These have so much sentimental value, I don't think I consider selling them. Creams, blue tints, red stripes, Yeezy Beluga 2.0s, zebras, and I managed to get a few of these. First pair I managed to hammer to death, destroy them. I got them through a friend of mine who has some connections to Adidas, and then when they re-released these I managed to pick up two, and I raffled the second pair off for a friend of mine who unfortunately is going through terminal cancer. Managed to raise over £1,000 for pulling that pair off, and she managed to take her son and her other half and herself on a nice UK holiday and take the little boy to Legoland, which was amazing. Unfortunately, I don't think she's going to be with us for very much longer, so that really upsets me, but I'm so glad that money went to the right cause and that I could turn a pair of shoes that were £170, £180 into £1,000. Then there's the Yeezy 500, which is boostless. There's no boost in this Yeezy, but it's totally different to any of the other Yeezys that have dropped in terms of V2 and V1, and it's crazy. Like, I wasn't really too sure about it when it first came out, but I actually, since getting a pair in hand, I did a retail giveaway on my YouTube channel as well for a second pair I managed to get hold of, and I really like a lot of the premium materials they put into this shoe. EQTs, so I've got the EQT 9317 Boost, super comfortable, really nice shoe, prime knit upper, turbo red colorway. I then Literally not that long ago, picked up these. I waited a whole entire year to get my hands on a pair of these coat of arms EQTs. I really love this shoe and really love the colorway, and the fact that it's overkill, Port Future pair. I think these are absolutely fire. I'm super happy to get hold of these. Shout out to Dan Freebarn for these. Actually, another pair of EQTs that I got with the EQT Basque ADVs. These are so nice on feet, and they may not have boost, but for a mid-type shoe, really like this shoe. Okay, now on to collaboration shoes from Adidas particularly. So I told you a little bit about the story about the OG NMD, so I picked that up and I sold that somewhere down the line and made a tidy little profit, and from that I bought a grail shoe of mine, which is the Soulbox Ultra Boost. This was an uncaged prime knit Ultra Boost, quite woolly material, and it was a collaboration for the consortium tour with Soulbox, and it has some really premium kind of like elements to it. So you've got this really nice sort of suede heel counter with the Soulbox branding on the back on both sides. Wow, continental sole on the bottom of this shoe. This is by far one of my favourite pairs of shoes in my entire collection. Then there was the first mid Ultra Boost in the Kith mid Ultra Boost, so I managed to pick up a pair of UK 8s in these through buying resale when they first dropped over in Europe. They were too small, so I needed to trade them. Managed to get them sold and then pick up my pair in a UK 9, and these again, another one of my favourite shoes. I wouldn't classify them as a grail so much because I got them when they did come out as opposed to waiting some time after the release, but I think they're a grail for a lot of people, so I consider these a very kind of precious pair to me. Next up with a Run Through Times, another mid-edition shoe from Adidas, and this came as a pack with a pair of energy boosts, and yeah, this is more sort of a stretchy prime knit and suede material around the front of the shoe. Really like this shoe, and another one that's got a bit of a wow factor to it with some leather accents, and again the consortium branding sort of on these tongue tags. And number 3 was a bargain. I picked these up in the sale through N Clothing. This was the Soulbox Packer collaboration Ultra Boost Mid. This again, it's got like a neoprene heel cut with the words Soulbox Packer on the backs of this shoe in their own respective font that they like to use, and it was designed predominantly to be part of a pack with another energy boost to do with the C, this being the C bottom, and then the other shoe upside down was more the C surface with this kind of grey bubbly mid area around the sock liner. So really cool. Got some extra pair of laces with these shoes, so yeah, really like this shoe. Not everyone liked them, but it's got the energy boost kind of toe box area as well. And to finish this video, I'm going to go through a couple of random pairs that I've got that you wouldn't believe that I would own, or I've just not mentioned. So I picked up the Aniki Boost in the grey, or shall we say this was Aniki. You've got the Aniki branding on the shoe. It won't focus, but yeah, that one says Aniki, but obviously on the new ones it's the I5987654321, and yeah, a lot of people like this for comfort. The only downside for me with this shoe is I feel like it goes out of shape so easy. It's so easy to ruin the sort of suede-esque material on it as well, and the back of the heel kind of sort of tramples down, but for an Adidas original shoe, pretty comfortable for its price range. I've got 2 pairs of Under Armour Speed Form sneakers. I picked these up. This was from an outlet in the US when I was in New York a year or 2 ago, and I picked these up directly from the US store in Manhattan. Really liked this. Saw these on feet on someone in some gym pictures online, sorry, and I was like, I need these. These didn't really drop in the UK. This particular colorway didn't drop in the UK, so needed to get hold of these. And yeah, like I said, these were an outlet pair. 1 pair of Asics. These are the only pair of Asics I own. Really like this shoe, but they're massive. They feel really big, and I haven't worn these for probably about 2 years. And finally, a pair of Vans. I've owned about a million pairs of Vans. I've owned a load of Converse in my time, and these are the only pair of Vans that I've got that are in good condition. So yeah, pick these up. These are an outlet steal. I think I got these for about 20 quid from the outlet at Resorts World over in Birmingham, and I've had so many pairs. I've got tons more sneakers in my garage that I just can't fit in this video. I wish I could, but we'll be here for days. They're all pretty beat, some of them, but now and again I pull them out if I want to wear something just to keep everything of these shoes in good condition. So that was my collection. I hope you guys really enjoyed the entire collection video. I hope you guys know a little bit more about what my collection's all about and what I enjoy collecting, and some of the stories I've got behind some of these pickups. If you know that I do a YouTube channel, please go and like it. I'll leave information on the groups on a regular basis, and if you do like it and you want to see some of the things that I do, subscribe to the channel to show some support. And my name is Tyrone. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else's in the future.